Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. Coming from a country that in the past 4 decades has been a victim of landmines, I am honored to be here with you today in Geneva, sharing our focus and commitment to prohibit the use, stockpiling, production, and transfer of anti-personnel mines and on their destruction. I clearly recall, as Foreign Minister, back on September 2002, Afghanistan decided to accede to the convention, which entered into force for the country in March 2003. My long-standing relation with the convention is not only Afghanistan-focused in a specific, but also encompasses a global concern, wherever it impacts the lives of human beings who face this terrible device, wherever they may be. When used, a landmine does not see boundaries, nor does it differentiate between its victims. This is why we need a global perspective and comprehensive approach to making sure that all countries in all armed groups, whatever their affiliation, are made to realize that it is inhuman and illegal to deploy landmines. Over the years, we have had successes, but not enough to claim victory and look at it as a relic of times past. Much more needs to be done, and I'm glad to see us here discussing the lessons learned and the way forward. I'm happy to report that in the case of Afghanistan, the Mine Action Program has cleared around 3,000 square kilometers and destroyed over 19 million landmines and explosive remnants of war since the commencement of its humanitarian demining operations in 1989. The pace of demining has seen a hopeful uptick over the past 10 years. We remember and salute all those brave men and women who have given their lives or sustained injuries in the process. We are also grateful to all donor countries and organizations involved in the various facets of this program. I'm here also to inform that we are also committed to completing the destruction of anti-personnel mines in Afghanistan by March 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, today, not only does Afghanistan make every effort to deal with traditional anti-personnel mine and unexploded ordnance that were used during the conflict in 1980s and 90s, but it is also struggling to counter the use of improvised anti-personnel mines and other improvised explosive device, IED, which is a weapon of choice used by terrorist groups and outfits such as the Taliban, local IS or Daesh cells. The death toll and suffering caused by IEDs, whether targeting civilians or security personnel, is staggering and should raise many questions about their origin, raw material procurement, transfer, and facilitation. We urge the international community to use all legal tools and instruments, not only work on the ban of these terrible, horrible devices, but also to go after, investigate, and prosecute under international law when it applies the suppliers, manufacturers, and facilitators of IEDs, whether state or non-state. Low intensity in regional conflicts in a number of countries around the world require that, as a priority, we strengthen the global norm against anti-personnel mines as we see an increase in the number of victims. Furthermore, our efforts to raise awareness of this threat through risk education in area clearance remain an important focus of our preventive work. Work at the community level is crucial to our success. Although impacted communities have over time learned to mitigate the risks, but our goal should be to fully clean up their backyards and pathways so that children, families, breadwinners do not fall victim. It's important that we continue to prioritize as such and urgently deal with this threat. The same applies to the millions of refugees and displaced people who, for one reason or another, fall victim because of circumstances beyond their control. We see many such incidents in Afghanistan and other countries, where thousands of families are on the move, either to flee conflict in difficult conditions or are new returnees looking to resettle after having spent years as refugees. Ladies and gentlemen, to accomplish our benchmarks, we have set ourselves an ambitious goal of addressing the scourge of anti-personnel mines by 2025. While the Maputo Action Plan has set a roadmap, it's up to us, countries in a position to provide assistance, as well as affected countries, to study and jointly use this roadmap to get to our common destination. And in this journey, a major milestone is to protect civilians. This convention is not solely about clearing mined areas by 2025, but it also is our wholehearted commitment to protect and to ensure that those who have suffered live a dignified life, able to exercise their human rights as other citizens. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a mighty task ahead of us, but one that has been proven possible by the great achievements we have had together. Our work can be sustained through real partnership and real commitments. This means holding each other accountable for the responsibility of meeting our shared goals, since we pledged in the suffering and casualties caused by these weapons by joining this convention. This pledging conference ensures that the mechanisms we have set up to support our efforts are fully funded, including the Convention's Implementation Support Unit, the meeting of state parties of our convention, and other sponsorship programs. A serious joint effort together with national authorities, national and international non-governmental organizations such as Halo Trust, Mines Advisory Group, Norwegian People's Aid, that are making progress on the ground, other organizations such as International Committee of Red Cross, the International Campaign to Ban Landmines, and GICHD, and states in a position to provide assistance are vital to continued success of our convention. I would like to thank you all for your commitment to the convention and to the support given to Afghanistan in implementing its obligations under the convention.